Hey everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Deborah. Welcome to another edition of Tea Ramen with Deborah, where I discuss my favorite C-dramas. And today I'm gonna be doing a really kind of long review because I've missed like 2 weeks worth of Legend of Fuyao reviews. So I'm gonna do, I think, from episode 33 to 48. So y'all just chill with me, okay? This is gonna take a while, but there's a lot I do want to get out of my chest. I'll try as much as possible to condense this so it's not too long. I should be reacting to Icon's new MV right now, but I really just want to get this done and move on to the next episode because it's getting really interesting right now. So we're just gonna go straight into this. Grab your teacups and come along with me on this journey as we discuss Legend of Fuyao. Let's go. And oh yeah, hold on. In case you're wondering, have I sorted out my copyright issue? If you're seeing this video, then yes, it has been sorted out. Like I did say, I did not violate any copyright law because I didn't have anything of Legend of Fuyao's in it except the pictures which I am allowed to use in a review on the fair use laws. So as at Friday the 3rd, which should be the day this video is uploaded, or after, depending on how busy I am, that if you see this video then it's all been settled, but I'm sure it will be settled and all. Anyways, now let's go to talking about this drama. Main characters, and as you all know, I talk about what I love, what I hate, and then my favorite quotes, my favorite scenes, and then give the total review as a whole of the episode. So let's start from what I love about our main characters and just talk about the main characters and things that really interested me this week. And I'll be looking down at my notes so I don't miss anything. So the first thing that really touched me was that the first time that Fuyao cried after the death of her uncle was during Wuji's betrayal. That wasn't really a betrayal. His dad was obviously fooling her in choosing Folia. That was the first time we actually saw Fuyao cry. That really showed you the depth of her love for him and how much he means or he meant to her. So that scene really touched me, and I really liked seeing that part. That was a emotional scene that I actually enjoyed, but obviously I knew it was fake, but I knew some people didn't know it was fake, and it was just interesting seeing people just waiting to see if it was fake or not, because I watch on Viki, like I said, in Drama Fever. I go to Viki for the comments and then Drama Fever just for going sake. But anyways, the next thing that I really loved about our main couple this week is when they saved Fuyao from Wuji's brother. When the four, let's call them the new F4, Wuji, the doctor, Sonya, Xiaozi, Zhang, Wuji's Eide, and Muji all came to save her and stuff. And was I the only one that was slightly mad at the cameraman that he didn't really pan in on them very well when Muji held her in his arms and he was coming down the stairs with his friends and stuff? Because if you watch the behind the scenes like I do, then you see a behind the scene where it was shown clearly when they came down. And I remember the first time I saw that behind the scene, I was wondering, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this, and this is gonna be so cool. But then they showed it, and I'm like, seriously, y'all couldn't pan in on them, because that would have been one of the epic scenes that we'll live to keep seeing gifts and gifts of, and it's one of those gifts that you'll never get tired of seeing and stuff. In the words of Wendy Milliam, it's the gift that keeps on giving and stuff. But anyways, that was one of my favorite parts. I love how they all were fighting for her and protecting her, even when the dad, the king, tried to stop Muji from getting her. I love how all his friends like Sonya was slaying. Am I the only one that has a crush on fighter assassin Sonya and stuff? Like each time Dr. Zhang starts killing people, it just makes me really love with him. I'm like, yes, my boo. Anyways, killing the bad guys. But anyways, I really loved how even Xiaozi was fighting to save her, and then Muji came in to take her away. I absolutely love that scene when his dad was gonna send his army against her. So I really loved that. I also love how I also loved his conversation with his dad on giving up his crown prince position for her, because if you remember previously he had a conversation with Fuyao where he was telling Fuyao about his goals and aspirations, and his number one dream is like him having like the power and being king. Like that's what he's been doing all the stress for and stuff that he's been going through all his life. That's literally why he was born and stuff, but he was ready to give up the crown prince position just for Fuyao. Like if that doesn't show you the extent of his love for her. Even the character, what's his called, fourth brother from Scarlet Heart, would not have given up his throne for Liu Shishi and stuff. So that's for those of you who have watched Scarlet Heart and you know what I'm talking about. So that was a really big deal for me, and it really made me love him more, if not like I didn't before, but it just really endeared him into my heart and really engraved his name in my heart. So I really loved that about them, Muji and Fuyao's love. Something else that I liked was that they kept in the fishbone scene, which was really funny to just see him when he went to meet her and he's like, I'm suing you for flirtatiousness, for abandonment, and then like I'm like, Muji, you're crazy, I just can't deal with you right now. I really enjoyed that scene. For the people who know not what I'm talking about, go read the book, but I know many book lovers, if there's one thing you should never have removed, it's the fishbone scene. So I'm really glad they kept the whole fishbone scene in, where he came back and he told her like this is the payment for sign token of our love and blah blah and stuff, when she was in the Yao kingdom. Was I the only one that kind of got tired of the mirage? You know, when Wuji died and stuff, or we all thought he was dying or he was dead when he went to Gaia Desert and stuff, and Fuyao kept on seeing mirages and mirages of him. Was I the only one that, as at the point where he finally appeared alive to her, like it wasn't as exciting anymore, just because they played with our feelings so much, giving us fake Wujis, that when the real Wuji finally appeared, it was like, oh, you're here, good, can we move on now? And stuff. Like it didn't have the effect that it should have had on me. And even her reaction, like I was so worn out by her tears. Don't get me wrong, she acted beautifully, but there's only so much a boy can cry wolf, and then you're done with it and you never pay attention again, even though a real wolf has appeared. Get where I'm coming from? So that really wore me out, and I was just, at that point I was just done with that storyline, and I'm just like, we know you're not there, just appear and let's move on, okay? And stuff. But I was really mad at Fuyao when she gave the handkerchief of that girl from Yao Kingdom to Muji. Later on, we did understand her reason. She thought she was gonna die, like she had the poison in her and she didn't want him to be alone. But still, I was mad at that moment, and I'm glad that Wuji was also mad and he expressed it to her, like, how dare you, if you don't want me, okay, don't want me, but how dare you sell me off to somebody else or make a decision for me on who I should like or who I should be with or who should love me and stuff like that. Like, girlfriend is already bad that you're pushing me away, now you're trying to push someone on me. Like the audacity, the rudeness of it all. So yeah, that scene kind of really got on my last nerves, and I was really done with Fuyao after that scene. But I'm glad they settled everything, because when she was being cold to him, I didn't understand. He had already explained that this is what really happened. She understood that he really didn't go for Folian, so why was she's still being cold to him? But I'm glad we came to understand that why she was being cold to him is because she knew that she was really sick and there was a probability of her dying. So she didn't want him to be so heartbroken or alone. It was hard on her to be with him knowing that her time is limited. So I was really glad they did explain that, and then everything made sense to me. But yeah, that's something I wanted to touch on. Still, I absolutely love is, and I just want to say is, I strive to be as brilliant and as a strategist, a good strategist as Muji. Like, do not get on Muji's bad side, because if boyfriend comes for you, I would like to see a drama with Muji and Mei Changsu together. Don't you think that'd be lovely? Like, oh my gosh, those two brains. Lord have mercy on the world. But I absolutely love how him, Wuji, Zongyue, and Fuyao and Xiaozi now are totally playing the king of Zhan and Cheng of Heaven Fian and stuff. I absolutely love how they're playing the king and he doesn't know, and just how they're acting. Even doctors playing along with them is just so much fun to watch, and it's just so interesting and amusing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this couple, the fake couples that always get a new identity. I am so here for it. But obviously we can all admit that Fuyao pretending to be a guy is not believable, because she is obviously a woman. But for the sake of drama antics, let's just accept that she does look like a boy. Something that I didn't like this week, was happy when it finally changed, is I didn't like that at a certain point we didn't see so much of Doctor again when he suddenly went missing towards the last few episodes, towards 48 and stuff. But when he finally came, I legit screamed. I'm like, Doctor! I was so happy to see him back. You have no idea how I missed him. I just love his antics with not just Fuyao, but also with Wuji, and their bromance is crazy. Like the part where he told Wuji, where Wuji was like, I'm going to Gaia Desert, and he told Wuji he'd go with him, and the way Wuji looked at him, like they understood each other. There's a chance of them not surviving by going to Gaia Desert, but his friend was willing to die with him. Like, I just love how their relationship is so pure and without envy and strong, and they trust each other, and no one has come in between them or can come in between them. We need more friendships like this in dramas. Like, you can still make a good drama without friends betraying each other. People, please give us the bromance. I'm here for it. Another bromance that's currently brewing that I am totally here for is Zhang and Wuji's bromance. I was kind of scared they were gonna make them enemies, but so far that doesn't seem to be the case in the drama. So I'm so happy about that. Hopefully they keep it that way till the end. I'm here for the bromance of it all. There's so much bromance in this drama, and I am definitely here for it. Something else I also enjoyed or loved is that Zhang was the one who saved Fuyao and not Muji. I was really happy to see him, and obviously, like everyone else, I was just done with, just like Fuyao was done with the Yao City people. I was done with them. Like, you can go burn in hell for all I care. I don't want to see you guys. The ungratefulness of it all. And then Zhang was trying to teach her forgiveness, and I'm like, I know I'm a Christian and all, but dang, Jesus have mercy, but I do not want to forgive these people. Get out of my sight and stuff. But those ungrateful human beings. But that scene was just really touching when he saved her, and I was really glad that it was him that saved her and not someone else. Something else that really annoyed me this week, or someone else that really got on my last nerves this week, was Yao and Zhu. Like, her senseless sacrifice that totally made no sense. Like, at first she annoyed me with the way she acted towards our dear doctor, telling him that he's a useless doctor, blah blah blah, not even knowing that doctor was going through stuff and making him feel even worse for what he's going through and stuff. So I was already mad with her about that. Then she goes and makes this senseless sacrifice of sacrificing her eyes for him, and for Zhang not trusting in her friends, not trusting in Fuyao. You know the type of person Fuyao is. Yes, you don't trust Muji, but at least trust Fuyao. Will Fuyao really abandon Zhang just like that? Like, girlfriend, I know you love Zhang, but you're not the only one that loves Zhang, okay? We also love Zhang, and we won't just let him die. Like, she really got on my last nerves with her senseless sacrifice. Yes, thank you for saving him, but we could have saved him too. And you just made like the whole sacrifice that Muji and Fuyao made and almost lost their lives useless. all for what? All for what? Like, oh gosh, Yalenzu got on my last nerves this week. Like, she really did get on my nerves this week. But thankfully, even though Fuyao and Yalenzu are very, what's the word, impulsive, and they just rush into stuff without thinking most of the time, I'm grateful that for once Fuyao, it seems like Muji is finally having a good effect on Fuyao, because when she saw that it was Zamei's mom that was in the sack, she didn't just rush forward and attack or do something that she would normally have done, the impulsive Fuyao of the past would have done. So hopefully she continues to stay that way and she's not that impulsive, because I'm here for this. I can deal with this Fuyao, because a patient Fuyao is a smart Fuyao. Next thing I did want to touch on is I absolutely loved Doctor and Fuyao's relationship this week. How when Fuyao was giving her speech in the useless Yao City, Doctor actually clapped for her, and you can see his pride in her, and that was one moment that really, like, if you were not on their ship, you had joined their ship at that moment. I ship this couple, even though I know this couple will never be a couple that has any romantic feelings for each other, but I'm so here for this couple. If it happens, like, I won't complain. If he falls for her, I won't complain. I'll take Fuyao any day over the annoying Ziyun character that I did not ask for to reappear, but unfortunately reappeared, which is something else I did not like this week, the reappearance of Ziyun, which tells us that Zhen is on his way next week, or this week, according to you guys who have already watched it, but I haven't watched it yet. So for me, it's like next week. But yeah, that already tells me that Zhen is on his way. Something else that I really did not like this week is, like I said, the ungrateful Yao bastards. The fact that they did copy Lord of the Rings. Am I the only one that noticed? With the whole Aragon story, like the King, Return of the King story, for those of you familiar with Lord of the Rings, it's not that I really did, I wouldn't say I hated it, I just wish they had really done something different or gone along with the book. Like, at that point, I understood why the author of Fuyao, like the real author of the novel, is not in support of this drama and stuff. At that point, I could get it, because it just felt like they borrowed from other famous American movies and put it in together, and then took all the regular things we see in C-dramas, Nirvana and Fire and stuff, and then put it together, and then created Legend of Fuyao when they already had something great to fall on in the novel. So what I'd advise you guys, if you're out there and you're watching this drama and you've not read the novel, then just keep on watching the drama, and then when you're done with the drama, you can go read the novel. Because if you've read the novel and you come into this drama, there's a 90% chance you think this drama isn't all that, like, it's not as good. You might be disappointed and just leave real early. But if you've not read the book, then I can see why you can see that this drama is actually a good drama. So depending on that might define where you feel or how you feel about this drama. Next thing I didn't like this week is the kisses. Am I the only one that has a problem with the kiss scenes, that they don't pan in close and instead the camera pans out? I'm wondering if it's because it's a male director, but yeah, male directors that I've seen that show us the kiss scenes, and you can't tell me it's because Yanmi doesn't want to do kisses, because she just literally did 10 miles and Yanmi kissed the living daylight out of my child, and I was so here for it. So it's not that Yanmi doesn't want to kiss, and you can't tell me Eaton doesn't want to kiss, because I've watched dramas with Eaton that he does the whole 3 acts and stuff, so that doesn't make sense. That's why I'm like, okay, it has to be the director, but why the heck are you spoiling my vibe? Like, why are you killing my vibe? So that's the only thing. Like, I'm not even looking forward to the kisses like I should, because I'm not really seeing anything. I know they're kissing, but I can't really see it because the camera ain't really showing me nothing. All I'm seeing is your hands and your face together. Get me? So yeah, that's something that has been getting on my nerves, and I've been wanting to talk on, but I keep forgetting to talk about. So there it is right now. My favorite scenes, definitely the scene where Wuji came in when she went in under this disguise of the general / commander of the Goldfian army, and Muji comes into her room and snakes his hand around her waist. dang, that was too hot. That was fiery hot, and I absolutely love that scene. Another scene that I absolutely love is where Wuji accepted a disciple and she didn't even realize that she accepted and she called herself the teacher's wife and accepted the title of teacher's wife. The scene where he accepted that boy who has a crush on Fuyao as his disciple, and when she kicked Wuji, and it was just so funny because amongst everyone in the world, the only person that Wuji is actually scared of and that can treat Wuji anyhow is Fuyao and stuff. So I absolutely love that scene. My favorite quote this week was definitely when Muji said about Zhan and Cheng's brother, if he's smart, he'll shut up. And he was definitely right. Unfortunately, he's not as smart as we all thought he was, because he didn't shut up, and that got him into a bigger mess than he ever expected or bargained for. My final thoughts and hopes. As much as I don't like Taiyan coming back, but at least her appearance shows that the story is finally going to get back on track, because I feel like the story has kind of lost its way and is just giving us anything as long as it's interesting. Like, it's giving us a lot of stuff. It's still interesting, at least for me, it's still interesting. It's just that it's not going along the path of its goal. It's like along the way, it lost its way and it just started doing anything. Like, what about the 5 seals? What about the mission that Muji was sent for? There's so much more to be done. What about the mystery of Muji and his father? We're almost at the end of Legend of Fuyao and all this haven't been explored. What about the whole story with that other princess and his father, the crazy princess and his father? Like, there's so much more that we need revealed and questions we need answered that I feel like they're just gonna rush at the last few episodes, and I really don't want to happen. But I'm really glad Taiyan has appeared, because it showed that they're finally remembering, oh, we had a storyline and we had a message and we had a team and we have to get back to the end goal that we were trying to achieve. And so that's something that I'm actually happy about. Hopefully they don't lose their way again along the way. Something else is I could care less definitely about Muji's brothers losing his speedies or whatever and stuff. I could care less about Muji's brother. That's why I'm not even talking about him. Like, he's just so not smart that I feel I shouldn't waste my saliva talking about that uselessness of a character. So moving on. Am I the only one that, yes, I do like Zhan and Cheng's character? Like, I like his smirks, his smiles and stuff, and just the way his character walks. I do like him as a villain. I like him as a villain, but still nobody has yet topped Zizan, and I find myself missing Zizan. Like, Zizan needs to come back and show these bad guys how things are done or not done and make the bad guys interesting once more. Like, all these bad guys are just getting on my nerves, but with Zizan, he was the bad guy, but somehow Zizan didn't get on my nerves. He managed to not get on my nerves. Thinking about it right now, that is truly, like, think about it. If that's not something for a villain not to get on your nerves, like, Zizan actually succeeded in not getting on my nerves. So I actually do miss Zizan, and I can't wait to see him back in the upcoming episodes, and let's finally kill him and move on with our lives. But I definitely enjoyed this week's episode. There were moments where I took breaks to do other stuff and all, but it was still exciting. I will say, what did you all think? Are you still interested in me, even though you do realize that it kind of lost its way and it's trying to find its way back home? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being awesome, beautiful people you are. I'm sorry that it took so long for you guys to get this from me. Keep being awesome from me to you all. You know, I've got nothing but love for you all. Stay awesome.